Hello there, and welcome to What the Dog podcast, where we talk about what your dog's doing, why they're doing it, and is there a way we can fix it. My name is Katie. I am the owner and trainer here at For Pete's Sake Dog Training, and I want to welcome you back to another fun-filled episode. Today will probably not be as long as last week. So last episode we talked a lot about body language, and I hope that you guys all really enjoyed that podcast and watched the video if you were able to do so. The video can be very helpful, and like I said, I tried to give as much description on the body language as I could, and I hope that gives you some thought when you are looking at your dog and wondering how they're feeling about things, or maybe you've realized that maybe they actually don't like what I'm doing with them. So anyway, going along with body language and communication, I've had a handful of clients recently reach out to me about nail trims. So today I want to talk to you guys about why it is very common that dogs don't like nail trims. And it's not like some unwritten rule in the dog world. Hey man, the humans try and cut your feet off, so don't fall for it, right? At least I don't think so. Is there, Pete? I don't know. Anyway, most of the time when we're seeing dogs be uncomfortable with nail trims, it tends to be the front feet versus the back feet. And most of the time, some dogs it's all 4 feet, it doesn't really matter. Or maybe it's just more severe in the front versus the back. But there's different levels of body language and communication we're getting from dogs that tell us that they don't really like it. Most common, the dog pulls their foot away, right? You're holding the dog's foot, you pull their foot away. That's obviously saying, hey, don't do that, right? Like, nope, no thank you. And we start to get some other body language in there. Maybe dogs will roll over on their side, show their bellies during nail trims. Maybe dogs might start mouthing, so they're not biting, but some people think it might seem playful, that the dog starts kind of putting their teeth on the hands or reaching towards your hand when you're touching their foot. Some dogs may start growling. A lot of times we get lip licking, and we may actually get dogs who do try and bite. So I want to go over, why they're doing that, and then also give you some tips that you can help your dog with nail trims. Some people may say it really doesn't matter because my dog goes to the groomer or the vet to get their nails trimmed. Honestly, this can still help the vet or the groomer, whoever is trimming your dog's nails. This can definitely be helpful. Or even if your dog gets an injury in their foot and you need to help deal with it, it can be helpful that you trust and know that you're able to touch your dog's feet, right? So generally speaking, on the why dogs don't like their feet touched, there's a variety of reasons. It could be painful. Their feet are their life, right? Because they have to walk on them. So it could be an area where they're more sensitive about because it has to do with survival. They don't really know what you're trying to do generally when you touch their feet. So dogs are going to be a little bit more hesitant to just let you do it. And 9 times out of 10, when a human goes to touch a dog's foot, and if they're not sure about what's going on, and you don't pair it with anything positive, they're going to not like it. They're like, I don't want you touching my feet. I don't want you touching me. Why are you doing that? And then they're going to start increasing their body language to try and get you to not even try and do it, And this starts at a young age. So a lot of times if you get your dogs from groomers, I would ask how they, socialize dogs, and that's just not a people and dogs. Socialization is not just people and dogs. So how are you getting them comfortable with their body being touched? And a lot of the times what it comes down to, like I said, it's either pain, discomfort, or they have, in a way, like post-traumatic stress from their feet getting touched. Whether that is as simple as, I don't like my feet getting touched, and they keep doing it and nothing good is happening. And that usually is in the sense of people who say, yeah, I try and get my dog used to me touching their feet by, if they're sitting with me on the couch, I'll pick up their feet and I'll play with them and pet them. And you expect your dog just to get used to it. And for a lot of dogs, when you're invading their space and there's no clear good or bad or why behind what you're doing, they don't just get used to it most of the time. Some of you may say, oh yeah, I did this with my dog and they just got used to it. It can happen. I'm just saying for majority of dogs, that's not the case. They don't just, like, quote, just get used to it. And so we have to help them out. And I have a lot of clients who say, yeah, I'm trying, like, you're trying to be helpful, and I get it. That's just what we've been taught, is that the more that you play with your dog's feet, the more comfortable they're going to get with it. And that's really not the case, right? So if they are uncomfortable and we keep pushing them without any sort of connection, 9 times out of 10, it's going to get worse. So we want to make sure that we're doing positive connections with it, and we're not just hoping that they get used to it, right? And that's where sometimes it may be I just pull my feet away at first. Oh, they keep grabbing my feet, and I keep pulling them away, and they're not listening. So now I'm going to start lip licking. They're not noticing my lip licking while I pull my foot away. Now I'm going to roll over and lean away. Oh, they're not noticing that either. They keep trying to grab my feet, and I keep telling them no, but they keep coming back. So now I'm going to mouth them. Now I'm going to put my teeth on their hand, and they're still doing it. So now I'm going to growl. And they think, whoa, now I have a problem. Or some people even continue to go farther, and they think, oh, my dog should just be able to let me grab their feet because I'm their owner. Which, again, I don't agree with that mindset, but that is how it escalates, right? And especially when it comes to their feet, dogs just are generally more sensitive about their feet, especially their front feet. They can see what you're doing with the front feet. The other part of the pain, if we're not keeping our dog's nails trimmed frequently enough, it can cause arthritis and other joint issues. So when we're talking about adult dogs, there's high potential that your dog's feet actually do hurt. And so because they hurt, they're just trying to protect their feet and protect their body. So that could be just a vicious cycle where you're like, okay, I mean, honestly, I have an 8-year-old dog, and he, quote, tolerates nail trims. They're not his favorite. He doesn't love them, but we're working on different ways that we can I get him to volunteer his time in order to get nail trims, and he doesn't try to mouth or bite or anything. He definitely gives me some body language cues telling me that he's tolerating it, but he's not enjoying it. And when he gets up and leave, I let him leave. So anyway, that's long story short on that end. But I don't keep his nails trimmed as short as